Alright, well, I guess that's the first freaking one. Damn it. So, I did my business. I cleaned all of my sheets. I actually hung out for a little bit with my kid. It's really nice. I finished this harpies. Well, actually, it's not finished. I got one more thing to do. But, uh, check the stream. I finished this harpies. Well, actually, it's not finished. Carby Keitel. But, turn the volume down on this. You are number one. Everyone's number one. Even if the person hates you. It's like, eh. No, I've like, I could have been sitting here drinking, but I've been doing this lovely picture that people seem to like, want to love. What is up? On the 24th, you are going to comment on a video that I put up. That's what's up. So I'm kind of reworking the edges of this thing. This is the problem with paper. Okay. A lot of black lines. Try to back over the black lines a little bit so that there's a little bit of the other lines in there. I don't know, but like, what do you think? Yeah? Kind of interesting? Hold on. Let me do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of this. A little bit of this. So I gotta work the black in it, right? Like the black is the hard part, right? Everyone likes a little bit of black in their coffee. But yeah, what do you think, Carby? Hold on, wait. Yeah, my glasses. Abstract. Well, it's a skull. So it's a skull, as you can see. Double tap the screen there with a like. And I know you're not, but I'm saying like, I was thinking like, I'm doing this maybe. Oh, ooh, ha! Hold on. Little thing here. Like, you know, here's the thing is like, if you fixed something in your life, right? I'm gonna relate it to you like that, okay? Like, I have a burst pipe in my brain, right? And the only way I can fill all of that is by doing this. Just like when, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, and this is the first of whatever I'm doing. Anyway, well, the whole point is like it's supposed to evoke things. It's supposed to be my picture, but it evokes something for me. But it should evoke something for you, something totally different. Totally different. And just like the color combinations, the work. It's like, okay, so I have a leak in my brain and there's all of the mess that I gotta clean. Last stream, no more than a couple hours ago, everything here was in this perfect set of things. Now I have released the Kraken, and that's where I'm at. I don't have that much to drink, actually. I tried not to spend that on doing art, but I do have a couple bowl packs to smoke. And I do like Skull meets Scooby-Doo's van. That's a very cool way of saying that. But no, I guarantee you, Carby, Keitel, you meets one of the spaceships from the Matrix. One of them weird ass freaking like one of them things that like picks up Neo by the neck. There is a guy driving this thing, by the way. I don't know. I like the idea. I think behind like what this is like post-apocalyptica. You know, so it's like War of the Worlds, post-apocalyptic. Anyway, yeah, I need to clean up all of this. Like, you know, art. So art is not about how artistic you are. It's about what you see in things and how you can appreciate what you see in it. So, hey, no, if you saw kind of what I'm talking about there, then I'm not, dude. I'll leave you alone about it. Dude, we're frequently kind of on the same ideals. You know, remember, Pops is kind of like my regular companion. Somehow nonpartisan and grandfatherly like after what, 9 of them? Yeah, of course. 9 grandkids now? I have 1 to prove I can prove I did 1. Pretty sure there's no others, but I can prove I did the 1. Now my brother, on the other hand, I guess they, as they say, he put in the work, which is not bad. So I drew that today. I started on the previous stream. There's nothing in this notebook. Also, probably should have been using the other one that says it's for acrylic markers, but whatever. Life's too short. I think the whole point here is I could have done this on stream with things happening around me. Maybe a camera up here. I'll work on it. It's happening at some point. Kind of need to invest in like some sort of laptop-y thing that sits on my lap and has a top thing and then like does the whole online broadcast-y. I know how to do it. Cheers. Wrong. Cheers. But I need to go to bed soon, so I figured I'd at least come and hang out for a little bit so that people can see that I actually did accomplish something before the 12 o'clock hour. Ebenezer Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge. I'm a tiny little joker in your life. But no, Carbon Cartel, it's good to hear from you, man. Cheese. I like that. So I've heard chairs. I've had chairs and cheese. And Chiaz. Cheeaa as Z. C-H-Z. Z. Yeah. Chiaz. Yeah, that's right, baby. You gotta get you a flicking. You gotta get you a clipper. Chaz. As long as it's like Chester or something, not Chaz Bono. Not that I'm opposed to Chaz Bono. I just am opposed to Sonny and Cher. Cher alone, yes, I believe in Life After Love. It's about that song. Dude, clippers, okay. I've got a bin full of lighters. Okay, I got a bin full of, here's a Bluntville lighter. It's a classic, cheap one. You know, you remember the stories here, right? Carby, you take this and you peel that thing off, right? You push this all the way plus, and then you flip it over, and then check it. Yeah. Hold on, let's yeah, you can turn it all the way up. Turning it down now. I hope, yeah.
Oh no no. Someone said that in it wasn't you in a recent one for the Jet, and by the way, that's the crack lighter. By the way. Oh crap! Hold on. I should probably take it. Turn that down a touch. Because I'm gonna come back to this in a little bit. Okay, plus, minus, minus. Okay, that's reasonable. Let's make it slightly taller than normal. But yeah, all right. Remember back in the day. But yeah, yeah. Clipper has that flint. No, exactly. Well, here's like a regular one, and here is a dope-filled one. Where is it? Right here. Like, I filled the crap out of this. So the way you do that is you take this and you seat it properly here, and you go. You gotta shake it. It's got to overflow, blow on it, because you know it's like a Nintendo cartridge. It's from the '90s. Put it into a controlled situation, and then yeah. See, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. By the way, I gotta fill every clipper I have. Not a big deal. Ah, I'm on fire. Speaking of smoking a bowl. Speaking of smoking a bowl there, Wolf Turtle. By the way, it's a reversal and it's your name. Turtle, turtle, turtle. Wolf Turtle. This is the recent clipper I bought, was the Jet Soft. It works very well for lighting blunts and all that. Dude, who doesn't love it? Literally went to the store. So there's a toilet at the store, and what Keeps has is 8 dudes who work there. Okay, they're all dudes. One of them pushes that friggin' button on the toilet so hard, it just he's like bang when like he dips out. I don't know who it is. Doesn't matter. Okay, but you got to set it up so that it doesn't like. So when you hit the toilet thing real hard, it takes that thing and it like flips this over and then it runs all night. It only happens like 2-3 nights a week, and I know exactly who it is, and I know I just need to like have a talk with him and just be like, dude, I need you to like practice the patience in your life, and like when you go for that toilet thing, you don't go like bang, just like slam it down. You just go. Take the 1 second it takes. Anyway, but 8 different people like flushing the toilet 8 different ways. It's taught me a little bit about like toilet maintenance in many ways. But I like turtles also. I like fish. Your phone keeps dropping me. Well, I ain't here for long. And I can check my phone. Hold on. Looks like it's working. Pretty solid and clear. I know you're like in the middle of like bum hassle. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Exactly. But no, I started this on the previous stream, and whilst doing laundry, my linens, my laundry, a couple of other things, I came down here and I just sat and fucking drew some shit. Is it perfect art? I'm going to tell you right now, art is never going to be perfect.
If you're trying to make perfect art, you're probably not in the right field. Because you will eventually just give up on it and then sell it for what it looks like, because people will just not shut up about how good it looks. I'm just saying right now, be prepared for the idea that you can shine as much as you want. I think it's on other people to let you shine, but I'm not the arbiter. I'm not the gatekeeper of that gate. Yes, I said that correctly. I ain't the daddy of art. It will get better though. Like I'm telling you, like, and then I'm hoping at some point I could do a small like what do they call these things? Prints of these. Maybe sell them for like, I don't know, $30, $40, fucking name. I mean, it's a day, right? I'll keep the original. Everyone gets prints. I'll sign each one of them. Who knows? $60 for the frame. $30 rolled up in a tube with like, like one of these in there, like a photograph of my thumb cut out, rolled up in it. I'm just saying, like, but well, that's the thing. It's like, so I've explained this multiple times that like I don't like working on stuff like this. Here is the canvas work that I'm working on that people have seen, and I know you've seen it, Carby. I tell you, lurking cartel. You can see where I have a very kind of style here. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Dude, here's the deal. If you're gonna get one of these Stanley flasks, get the right color. Dude, there's like a maroon colored one that I really want. I have like 2 of these. The Adrian! How the fuck you doing, bro? I've been liking all your vids. Well, like, so making a print of this, because it's on a canvas, it's stretched canvas, okay? Because it's that, not much going on. Just talking about things, waiting for Christmas, really. I started this on the previous stream earlier tonight, and it was a pencil sketch. Now it's this. I think like I'm working toward a place where I can do canvas sales, some prints, people who want something cheap, something expensive. Yeah, like when I think about something like this, like War of the Worlds, like Zoidberg, the invasion of the crab people in Futurama. It's kind of like it's a joke, it's an idea, and also like there's an XO in it. I think there's 2 or 3 of them. But my point is like, I started this at about 3 this afternoon, a little small sketch. I started doing the outline, kind of finished up my idea on the previous stream, and then went to do all the colors while I was gone. I was doing laundry, I was doing everything in the house. Honestly, I'm kind of exhausted, but it's what it is. Killing time is like the worst work sink in the world. So, I don't know how to explain that any better. It sucks to watch paint dry. Put it to you like that. It really sucks to watch paint dry. But with these acrylic markers, there's no problem here. It just dries almost instantly. So, the OG green.
So, Harvey Keitel, for the record, I don't think that art is about what I see in things. I think it's about what other people see in it. I think I could like throw paint on a page and be like, people be pissed off at me about it. I think the guy who did that like white canvas with like, you know, a little bit of like white paint on it with like some gray and shit in there, like no one understands it. I think like he was just trolling like all the rich shit bags who was paying him for stuff. He's just like, I'm tired of it. You want something beautiful and amazing that really frames the room. Something modern, but like postmodern, but like something, you know, like a pillar in a Roman Colosseum, you know. No, like, I can tell you right now, something like this takes inspiration from, like, I would say comic book art. It takes inspiration from specifically like Tales of Terror and like all of that shit, like those 50s comic books, like the Stephen King comic books. Stuff like this takes a lot of inspiration from just the idea that there's like this palette of color, okay, that I used. Okay, here's the thing. I used practically every color in this aside from metallics and the earth colors. I put no earth colors and no metallics in it. So my point that I'm trying to make is like, if you're trying to do art, right, you want it to look natural, only do earth colors. You want it to look crazy, insane, like 1950s, like freaking Area 51 alien shit. Just go pink, green, blue. Don't put any real brown. Maybe some brown, because there is some brown in this. Brown. There's some brown in it. You know, my point is like, putting it in there means that you did think about it before you started working on it. It's just like, why does it look like it does? It doesn't look good to me. It looks okay to me. It looks very highly graphically designed. Like I designed it for a t-shirt or like a print. I think that's the one thing about this art that bugs me the most. Okay. This is something that I could easily reproduce and sell. This is something that AI could easily do. You know, it's what it is. What's up, G Hammer? What's up, G Hammer? G Hammer. G Hammer. That's your friggin' name now, bro. Rob, you are G Hammer forever. By the way, I've been carrying. I showed this to my buddy Boogie today, and he was like, dude, is that a custom freaking cut? And I was like, dude, I literally just was like, I got a guy who does these things on YouTube where he just like shows the knife, right? And well, okay, hold on. I couldn't do it very easy. Yes, it could actually. The worst part is it took me hours, and it looks like something AI would rip off. By the way, no, Rob, I'm glad you talked to me tonight, because like this has been an ongoing thing on his channel, because he keeps like posting G Hammer videos, and I'm like, Hammer, don't hurt him. You know, G Hammer, is that the next one? And I've been carrying this around. By the way, I've kind of accumulated small specks of green on my handle, and when I showed it to Boogie, he was like, dude, so these green specks on there. And I was like, he was like, you should put more green specks on it, because that'd be dope. And I was like, all right, well, next time I'm working with green spray paint, I'll put that right next to what I'm doing, right? Nah. Okay. Honestly, it's one of my favorite knives. He was like, dude, did you custom do this blade? And I was like, no, that's how it comes. He was like, dude, how much of these blades you buy? It was like $20. He's like, because I showed him the comb. I showed him
the comb. I showed him at least any cool custom blade in this thing, the knife scissors knife. Now my point is like he's always impressed by something I'm walking up there with. If it's like, I showed him this, and he was like, "I know, Rob. You know." By the way, Rob knows what the stuff with this, with the hacks going on, dude. Yeah, so I must show it. And someone else asked me the same question. Yeah, I know. I was there. I was gonna say it to him, but I was like, nah, because I watch your videos like on this channel and Oak City Gamers. Oak City Gamers is my regular channel that I just watch stuff on because I pay for premium over there. I'll admit I hate commercials. I'll admit I love TiVo. And no, like these custom blade like looks, like I gave this to Boogie the other day, like a couple days back before I brought him the G Hammer, and he was like, "Dude, where'd you get this?" And I was like, "At Walmart." He's like, "Walmart, what?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a Camillus, dude. You should really like watch my videos." Cause like he's like 26, so that's like 20 years my younger, right? Dude, he's like his mom is like Hindi or like Indian, and his dad is like a black dude, and he's like one of the coolest dudes I know. Although I gotta tell you, he's also one of the most volatilely angry dudes I've ever known, which I love, dude. Like just when he's like, fuck that! Oh wow, what the hell? Like he's like Randy being savage, right? So. I told him no, and I bought it like that. Kalis has good knives. Yeah, dude. This is my point that I'm trying to make to the world. Is like, you want $20 on a knife? Go research $20 knives. Start at Walmart, or start at Camillus. So I'm gonna tell you, Camillus was originally an American company. Is not anymore. But the company here in America that chooses and builds designs. It's part of a design firm called the DDR Design Firm, and that is a very talented guy, Daryl Ralph Designs. Designs by Daryl Ralph, and Daryl Ralph does a lot of these, like really interesting ones. I think, like Rob, the thing that stuck out about these are like kind of, I've seen old, like when I was growing up, I remember Daryl Ralph doing knives. It was kind of like one of these things. These remind me of the cool knives when I was growing up. Do I have one to show you? Yes, I do. And you can still buy it, by the way. It's a rip-off of a Daryl Ralph, I think, based on the Kroll knife, or the Kroll thing. Not have it right here. I know it's falling apart. Pieces. And I just threw screwdrivers in the door. I have so much stuff. I'm telling you right now. So I'm just gonna like start packaging things up into grab bags of crap and just sell them on the open market. Sell them freely. Here. You like cool things? Check this out. The dopest collection ever. Dude, this drawer just came in my cup. It's a Cum brand. Pencil sharpener that I keep. I need to change the blade on it. That's why it's here. I have a box of Cum blades. That's KUM. Cum. Here. Hold on. I did a video on this at one point. I keep it in kind of like my go bag. You see that? Cum. KUM. And that's how you say it in German. You see that? Comprehend? Look. My point is, I have a box of these razors, a big box of these razors somewhere in here. But here it is. No, hold on, Rob. This is an old school. This is a rip. This is a rip off by M-Tech, by Marlin Tech knives of a DDR design from like the early '90s. I've had this for so long. And I gotta be careful with it because and you can still buy this same knife right now. You can buy it on eBay. And the reason I bought it was because I was dumb. Young, dumb, and broke. And it was like really cheap. And I thought that this would be a cool way to fight people. Yeah, parts falling out of it. My point is, like, knife maintenance is a thing in my life now. It's not because this thing is falling apart. It's because many of the other ones that I've had that were far cheaper have fallen apart. Yeah, and then you got liner lock problems. This is why I don't like liner locks either. Liner locks are really a pain in the ass. I'd rather have a detent switch. So, yeah. Those knives ain't in Walmart anymore. No. So if you live in my sleepy ass area, you can go to Walmart.com and they'll deliver it to you in a day here in Raleigh. There is so many friggin' like this one and this one. I bought that one for $20. I bought this one for $6. And what I've done is I've taken to run this one backwards under my left side and this one forwards under my right side because this belt clip is not reversible. So, and this one's a little bit tighter. So, upside down. This one, good upside down too. Like, Camulus has really good knives. I like a lot of the newer ones tighter, the older ones a little looser. I do like it's got a whole suite of sharpening and multi-tool things on here. It's got like a bottle top popper. It's got like a friggin' cord cutter. It's got it's got a sharp out and a hone out. By the way, I keep them nice and sharp with something a little bit better than this. So, yeah. Yes, and if you're going to ask what I keep these things sharp with, I will tell you, it is a dropping things, I'm dropping it. Work sharp sharpeners, knife sharpener, bench stone, tri-stone. The three-headed stone. So, and when I say, like, you don't need a lot of movement on this thing, because you're at an angle, you do it right on that little block right there. It's really nice. I do need to set up everything here to do kind of like a plug and play thing where I shoot to do like art and I shoot to do like knife sharpening. Or here's the other thing too is like hard to explain. I have like a welder and I got a shit ton of metal kicking around, so I also kind of want to do some like really big like art statement pieces. And Carby Keitel, if you're still here, dude, go find the color of this, the Stanley color you like. Hey, Rob, do you know I think I have like 3 friggin' machetes? Machete. And I've got a Shelby Cobra to drop. Drift around in. During the apocalypse. Merry Christmas, folks. Cheers.
Any knife is the right knife as long as it is about yay sized, Rob. This is a good knife for hunting for killing some zombies. What's up, zombie? That was 4 of them right there. Phoom. And that's a $20 or $21, I think now, Walmart knife. With my Micarta handle. It's got the Tidex BS. Lock it in place. It's not going anywhere. Can't press that button to unlock it. Now if you slide it, unlocks. Yeah, that's right. Also, look at that. It's micarta. It's probably the worst micarta I've ever seen, but hey, 20 something bucks for a gigantic Bowie style knife. Good night, mate. Not gonna drop it on this table. I will do this for everyone in the world. Yes, I am drunk. Yes, I am doing this. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Good for zombies. My point that I'm trying to make to you is like, Rob, should have bought it when it was 20 bucks. Actually, I bought this when it was like regularly priced. When I started doing all of this knife stuff here on the channel about 6 months ago. And I've got a couple of legacy knives. I've got like, and honestly, it started with like utility knives, which is weird, okay? I have like this story thing. I've only been doing this channel stuff here for 6 months. Also, don't want to sell tools all my life. I'd like to do art. Check out the artistry. Hello, and welcome to the world of XO's art. By the way, there's a big X right there. And here's the O. Square looking. That's all I'm saying. I also have to take this down to the store tomorrow, rip it out, and like cut. Because my chopper's down at the store. Although I told Savvy that he was borrowing it. Every label they got up there that's made out of paper looks more amazing than ever. Oh, no. Trust me, like, this is unfortunately very easy for me in many ways. If it's easy for anyone out there in the world, then they should share it with more people. This is what I've learned from doing this stuff, like just being me on channel. Like, I started, like, I grabbed a couple people with tools. I grabbed a couple people with, like, little art videos occasionally. Like streams. I did the geek show from when I was young. By the way, this is a sharp blade. I don't play the old geek rules. I do it for real now. The whole point is like, I have a life filled with trauma, but I've never been a victim. Why? Because I've never had to kill anyone. I just had to beat them halfway to death. Why would I look at a death machine in my life and then draw a literal thing that executes that into my existence? I don't know, because I'm dark as a motherfucker. You think I don't want to be dark? I'd love to have lived a rosy life, which I did for the most part, except for everyone in the world who ever wanted to tell me I was a dumbass piece of shit. By the way, almost everybody. I'm not upset or jaded. I'm telling you, like, I just never found my place in the world. My place in the world seemingly right here, right now. My name meaning the follower, right? A true follower. Okay, so if there's someone out there good and willing and true, I might go look at you like you were a knight of the realm. I know a couple of you guys. Some of you are assholes, though. It's all right, though. Not afraid. You shouldn't be either. It's not because I own a big knife. It's because there's no shame in existence. And if there was, someone would have gutted you for your fucking idea like years ago. No matter what someone says about you on the internet. Just be better. Or good. Alone. Or with someone. Nice lady. I don't know how you're living. You're a lady. You're looking for a man. You know, you're a guy looking for a little, like, companion, a little pup or something, a puppy dog. By the way, I'm thinking about getting a dog real soon. I'm thinking about getting, like, a dog. I don't know what kind of dog. But I'm thinking fate's just going to deliver a dog upon my doorstep. I'll have to be like, this is where the little puppy lives. My point I'm trying to explain is like a knife is like buying something that you should maintain and take care of. You should feed it. Wood. By the way, here. Wood. What? Feed the knife wood. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. No, it's no Danya-san, no karate B, or no karate do, karate B. You know, like it's very much so. Take the blade the wrong way. Learn how to spin it the correct way in your hand. Don't cut yourself and be careful, because when you play with the wrong end of it, you might, I don't know, cut yourself. And here, G-Hammer, same deal. Brand new one. By the way, this one, I'm more likely to cut myself doing a little trick, going like, there it is. But I've learned to let it settle and catch. I've learned to like not sit there and go, what? Oh, I can catch it right now, like midstream. Settle and catch. It's the whole point of everything. By the way, one day I will perfect a spin out on this. I just am practicing it. So like how you do that is like kind of like find a spot where it balances real tough, and then you let it, you like kind of learn it to like spin it, and then eventually you can kind of be like, you just gotta commit. That's the real problem. Okay, it's hard. Okay. Fucking A. Slow-mo. No, I'm not doing it right. I'll get there. Sometimes you have to do what you want to do. Sometimes you must will yourself into just being comfortable with it. I'm not there yet. One day I will show you rolling the knife. By the way, it's something I've been working on. This is not dull. So every time I practice it, it's not real. It's very fucking real. But grabbing them by the wrong end, do it every knife here. By the way, I do like this. That's Kershaw. Nice little Kershaw knife. That's the Hotwire, Kershaw Hotwire. It's like a $15 knife, and it's spring assisted. Spring assisted knife. It's a nice little knife, I gotta say. Like, it's got a good carve up. It's got a good stab out. I don't know where you're stabbing things, but like, you know, if you're trying to shorter an electrical grid, wrap it in something and go, holy crap! Surprised that worked. It's like, you got main character syndrome? Be the main character then, damn it. What the fuck's your problem? Holy shit. Uh, so someone asked me the other day if I had something to smoke, and I was like, "Yeah, I got something to smoke. Got something to smoke. Got something to smoke." That's the one I want to smoke. They're all the same. Just joking. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Rob, what the? So Rob, what about the Talon? You know, the Talon is probably my favorite knife. Rob, this is probably my favorite Ozark Trail knife that they've made. It is the upgrade from the what is it? The Sonder. It's got the Tento. This is my favorite out of the new line. The $20 aluminum clad little like aluminum scale friggin' the Talon knife. I could deal without the little push button green one, the G10 push button one. Dude, no, okay, look. I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying this is my favorite out of the ones that I've bought recently. I want like 3 or 4 of these. They're hard to find, by the way. All of you guys out there loving these knives. This is the only example I have, and I pocket carried it for like a week and a half. And then I was like, well, I can't have like a solid, like really nice looking one. Maybe I shouldn't carry it hard. It is probably one of my favorites. This is not a deal. This is the deal. I love this friggin'. It's the Ozark Trail Talon. You know this knife, Rob. Rob, 83-63. This is the deal, motherfucker. Talon. It's cool. Also, it's still very sharp. Would I recommend you do something like this? No. No, Rob. Don't do that. Are you doing it? Rob, I know you're not doing it. Rob, stop. That was close, man. That was close. But everyone should remember the Highline, the Buck, what is it, 3263 Highline? The Choppa. I bought that at a Walmart. I bought that on sale. I think it was like $15 or something, or $20. One of my favorite knives ever. Not to mention, Bill the Butcher kind of vibes on that thing, right? You know, Bill the Butcher. It's a book knife. You know, I don't know. Y'all seen that like Gangs of New York movie with Leonardo to cap your ass and like friggin' what's the other guy? Edward James Olmos. No, that's the teacher from frickin' Substitute Teacher movies. Teach these kids, right? That like the Cartman joke. But no, the Buck Highline 263. Yes, very good one. I carried this one on one side, and then the other side I carried a Buck Trekker. I think it's a 2.6 something, but the Buck Trekker, I like that one too. And then so Ozark Trail. Rob, you know about this knife. Rob 8363 frequently carries this in his pocket every day, almost. I think during July, I'm going to have the giveaway I wanted to give for 1,000, and I'll have 3 of these knives to give away. Rob 8363. I might even just go and buy a laser engraver and be like, approved by this random YouTuber. I do love this knife. Rob, you carry this knife a lot. I'm telling you, this is a good blade. It's easy to sharp because it's not like the hardest steel in the world. It's a good slightly curved straight edge. It's like a level 2 sharp situation. It's like
very easy, very quick. Maybe take 2 passes and then you do a deburr on a strap, right? If you don't strop after you sharpen, I don't know what you guys are doing. I actually have some strop soap right here. Yeah, strop soap right there. So you carve it off if you have to. It's cold. Heat it with a lighter. Yeah. On that strap of leather, strap of leather. Sorry, not a strip. It is a strip. It's a strap. I do like these particular ones. There is a current knife that is upstairs in my bedroom, and it's a regular pocket carry that I have. I just do not have access to it right now. I'm gonna smoke a bowl. I'm gonna hang out for another few minutes. Look, I'm telling you guys right now, like, this is the most stressful time of like the year for me, and I'm gonna be real. It hasn't been as stressful as I really thought it was gonna be, and it's delightfully like more positive than I was hoping. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that's because I haven't spent money on anything that I want. I know I've got this for days. A buddy of mine gave me a shit ton of stuff. Like, he was like, yeah, come through, I'll give you like 2 ounces. I was like, sweet. And he gave me 2 ounces, and he gave me like a friggin' several grams of hash. So my point that I'm trying to make is, like, life provides its bounty for you. Money is not important as much as it is important. It's a dual role thing, right? Like, the buying of gifts for children, just as important as buying gifts for your children. You know, remember that not everyone has it as good. And I've had it good a lot of times in my life, right? I've got knives for days. I've got art supplies, by the way, donated by several amazing people. At least 3 or 4 of them bought art pieces off of me. And a friend of mine organized a drive to get some supplies, and that was 2 years ago. So I'm telling you that as much as I'm working on paper, I am also working on stretch canvas still. I have 2 of these left from that donation, and although I gotta tell you, like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in progress. Sometimes I juggle 20 things, walking in and out, see different things every day. Smoking doesn't make you free. Being drunk doesn't make you free. Doesn't make you anything better. Doing mushrooms might expand your mind a little bit, but you gotta sober up. I spent a couple days sober here. Everyone needs a break from something. Life isn't about how good you are to everyone else, it's about how good you are to yourself. And I think the thing that people don't get is when you find that place where you're good for yourself, you forget the little things that brought you to this place, like a hat that I bought in 2000. And there's only one other person who has a hat like this that I know of in my life. His name's P. Sweezy. P. Sweezy! Be easy! But my point about this hat is like, every time I wear this out, it's cold and I get complimented because it's a Billabong hat. Billabong? I've had this since like 1999, 2000 something. I used to have a brown one, but I gave it to P. Sweezy. And my point is, like, it still smells like the retail store almost where I bought it. Like, I haven't worn it so hard that, like, I have like 100 hats.
Normally I'm wearing, where is it? Around here? Nah, I put it inside. It's the waxed canvas hat that's on the channel here. Or the waxed linen hat that's on the channel here. It's weatherproof, sunproof, up to UPF 50 plus or whatever. It's a universal, like, environmental friggin' hat. It's got a little lanyard to hold on my head. Dude, we had like 40-mile-per-hour winds the other day. Wah, 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 wah. No problem. Work, and we are not like work. We are not our work, we are us. When we produce something, it's something genuine, something real. This dumb thing that I did tonight. But I'm telling you right now, this will probably be a print that someone can buy in their life. You know, NFTs are based on the idea of prints. One person would make an original art piece and then sell that one print of that one art piece to one person. Which is why it's bullshit, because get like right here, just take a snapshot. It's like me holding it. Maybe do like Francis holding it. Chill out, Francis. Francis holding it. Look. Fungibility is about life and death. You can't own everything. But one day, someone might come along and offer you enough money for you to just leave it all behind. And I'm telling you, I'd rather toil every night doing everything I always do than fucking sell the fuck out like that. A brand deal is not selling out. A brand deal is me actually liking something. Because I wouldn't brand deal with something that I didn't actually like. Matter of fact, if a brand deal reached out to me, I'd have to reach out to them. And that's a bit of a double-edged sword. I mean, or like grabbing a knife by the other side and manipulating it from that end. Look, life isn't as dangerous as people would really like you to believe. If life was so dangerous, then I would have already cut myself tonight multiple times whilst doing this with sharp blades in my hand, whilst also having drunk a lot of stuff. Now, I'm going to tell you, the stuff I do is marked not for children. If you are a child, do not try this, and if you are a regular person, do not try this without extensive amounts of actual training yourself to do it. Or at least working for 20 years in the trades and having, I don't know, at least, what are we talking about here? 120? Hold on, do I have 120 right here? Do I got 120 right here? Of course I got 120 right here. Okay. Right? Okay, so not a 120, maybe a 200. Do I got a 200 around here? We're not gonna play this game tonight, okay? But just remember, I've seen enough to know that grabbing it by the wrong end is the wrong way to do it. Grabbing it by this end is the right way to do it. But if you're ever going to do something impressive, be like, ha. Don't lick it. Don't be like, ha, because someone's going to punch the knife. Don't be dumb. Okay? You want to prove something? Prove it by just standing up for yourself. Maybe actual self-defense. Look, so I got to wake up in the morning and I got to go out and I got to take an 80-inch strip of quarter-inch, like 2x4. And I've got to tack nail it to a surface, and then I gotta go with like a circular saw, go, yeah, and take 1/4 inch of blaze worth off of one piece of wood tomorrow. So, a closet organizer will work in a very small closet. She got all this stuff on clearance, and we're coming up on Christmas. I think I'm just gonna go out and I'm just gonna do it for free for her, dude. Like, this lady's gotten me a lot of business, so I'm not gonna like front on her. I'm just gonna go out there and probably do her shit and just be like, "How much do you owe me?" I'm like, "Merry Christmas." For real, like, it's like you speak like you're like, "I saved a bundle on this closet organizer thing." It's like, I'd really love this if it was like for my socks or something. And I was like trying to like direct her in the idea of like maybe putting it in her closet and like shoving some socks into it, because probably really what it's for. But nah, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna shave her door jamb or whatever, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna do it for fucking free. Like Christmas, and like I think 100 people, like almost after 2 years of working in her neighborhood, where she's like the HOA lady. Not to mention she's like the HOA of my aunt's area. So just take care of her. I got it. Like also just like show up, do the work, just drop out, and never ask for anything. I'm happy to do that, especially this year. Especially these people on a fixed income I work for very often. So, before I break down and cry about pops and mom living as long as they possibly can, I won't do a video or a live, or I'll do one video tomorrow, which is the 12 days of Christmas. No live stream tomorrow, because last minute, this and that, everything, work. I don't even want to deal with it here. But trust me when I say, after Christmas, I'm probably going to take a day, and I'll space out my presents videos for a couple hours here, and then I'll do like 15-second reviews of some things. I'll bang it what I can on Christmas and stretch it out day by day, take 3 or 4 days. And we'll see where it goes from there. If the 15 seconders keep coming, it's because I've got time and energy to do them. But I'd rather put the time and energy into something that will be a long form kind of video, and work around it. So, if anything, update videos every day. So, yeah, live streams whenever I can. Just know that I'm ever presently here, and I believe I'm not going the fuck away or anything. I'm just kind of like working on getting there, where I'm controlling the beast instead of the beast controlling me. Where that's me in there. But right now, I'm this, when I should be both. How much I believe? I just do. Doesn't make much difference if you do or not, because belief in yourself is the most important thing. If you haven't figured that out yet, remember that. Because the people around you who love you, they do. If they don't, then kick them to the curb. And when they want to come back into your life, tell them you won't give them anything. They have to just be with you and appreciate you. I know shit's fucked up and life is screwed out, but you can't get screwed up from it. So, good night. Check that out. I did that today. Today I did that. Today. All right. You can do something every day. I did that today. I gotta go. Gotta go to sleep.